Good morning and welcome to the Mind Body Power membership. My name is Cynthia Sumner. I am the owner and founder of Healing Leaf, and I am going to share with you today some information about healing naturally from weakness to the pancreas, diabetes, pre-diabetic, and share some tips and information that has helped other people, many other people. That help to cleanse, nourish, and rebuild the pancreas. So I'm going to start off with talking about some of the side effects or symptoms of diabetes. Let's see here. Okay, so there can be problems in it can cause problems in lower limbs. It can cause problems with the mental clarity or clearness, or just feeling not feeling stable. As far as there can be complaints about pains in the limbs, feeling depressed and downhearted. An abnormal thirst is often experienced, and this part of the information is coming from herballegacy.com, which I highly recommend. Anytime you want to look up symptoms or natural ways of healing, I often refer to herballegacy.com. This is by the School of Natural Healing, which is where I got certified years ago in my schooling. Also says dizziness and headaches are common. The skin is dry and often itchy. The digestion is often upset due to the unusual abnormal increased appetite and just by not being able to break down sugars and break down food properly. The eyesight may be impaired or weak. The urine is generally very pale and plentiful. Sugar is present in the urine in more or less quantities. Today, diabetes is said to be one of the top killers in the world. It is supposedly one of the incurable diseases, but it can definitely be cleared if one approaches it properly, and that's coming from Dr. Christopher. So diabetes stems from a disorder in the pancreas, so you shouldn't treat it by just giving insulin. Again, this is coming from Dr. Christopher, and this is what I've seen over and over in the individuals that I've been working with. So you want to work on the effect. You should instead go to the cause of the disease. Pancreatic malfunction can manifest in one of two ways. Diabetes, which is a high blood sugar, or hypoglycemia, which is a low blood sugar. Though they are completely different, they both stem from the same cause, a malfunction of the pancreas, which is what needs to be treated. So I want to start off by just giving the most inexpensive, easy treatments that you can do. Hot and cold over the pancreas will stimulate and help move out congestion in the pancreas and help stimulate it to cleanse. And then if you're giving it the right food, it will help nourish and rebuild it. So any plant-based supplement that it would be to feed this pancreas, let's see if I can tell you what would be in the formula. So I recommend Dr. Christopher's plant-based pancreas formula. Has helped hundreds and hundreds of people boost their pancreas and heal and come off of insulin and heal from the side effects of a pancreas problem. So in it are cedar berries, golden seal, uva ursi, cayenne, licorice root, and mullein. So if you have a plant-based pancreas supplement, those are the foods that you're wanting to look for. If you are interested in needing a place to order the supplement, then you can reply to this email and let me know. So feeding the system will help once it's decongesting and moving out. So the hot and cold will help to move it out. Also, rubbing the bottom of your foot or having someone rub the bottom of the foot where your pancreas is correlated. So you can find a foot chart online, just Google it. There's many different foot charts, and see where that spot is. And I would recommend using an essential oil. And I actually love and use doTERRA oils. And if you're not sure where you can order some of those and want some, you can also reply to this email. But the essential oils in and of itself absorb in and right into the bloodstream and stimulates the area. Rubbing stimulates the area that's correlated that you're rubbing to. So that helps intensify it and get on a deeper level of healing. But just putting pressure on that area will help stimulate the organ and send it the message like we're wanting to heal. So when you're doing hot and cold, it's important when there's heat that there's water. So I would do a wet cloth first, and then you can go back and forth, and you always do warm for longer, cold. And so what you're doing is increasing blood flow, and that carries out toxins away and brings nutrients in faster, and then it stimulates it to actually move and circulate and heal. So that's something that is inexpensive. The supplements, Dr. Christopher's supplements are inexpensive, and I'm sure you can, if you have whatever is plant-based, if you have some on hand, then that will work as well, as long as it is not, there's no chemicals added to it, hasn't been heated in any way. Okay, so another thought, and this just goes back to probably every call that we have, is getting the bowels moving. We can't fully heal with anything, emotional or physical issues, without getting the bowel moving, getting the toxins out to clean the vessel inside, because whatever is built up in the bowel, it's built up in it's causing toxins in the pancreas. Now, let's say you know that this is a weakness in your genes, and so you're feeling like this is just my lot in life. That's not true. So even if it's been coming down the lines and you have a weakness in your genes, our body still is capable of healing. And as long as you give it what it needs, and you give it the time it needs, then it can heal, whether it's a weakness in your genes or whether it's something that just was caused by your choices in life or whatever, however it was brought on. Okay, so you always have the ability to heal. A documentary that I highly recommend is Raw for 30 Days. And this is a group of people who were diabetic 1 and 2, and they were able to go to a retreat where there was a medical doctor. He's a medical doctor and a naturopathic doctor, and they monitored a group of people who were diabetic and fed them raw food for 30 days and helped them work on their emotions and got them out exercising, but they ate this live food. And these people were told that they would be on insulin their whole life, that there's no chance, no way they can get off. Almost every single one of them were off of their medication by the end of the 30 days. And the one that was still on, and don't quote me on this, I might be a little bit off on the facts, but they all eventually came off, except for one, and he had been diabetic type 1 since he was a very young boy. And he still had some work to do on his attitude and on opening up all the way, but I think he cut his insulin in half or more. He may have only been on about a third of it, which is totally miraculous. I love this story. I love watching. I love having other people watch it because it gives you hope, and not only hope that you can heal from diabetes, but it just shows the power of the body that you can heal from anything. So you can watch the full documentary on YouTube. So I recommend watching that. And that helps you build the faith that, okay, I can heal. And we have to have faith before that will actually happen. So eating as many live foods as you can. I would recommend completely cutting out all animal products and all sugars, white sugars. Eating mostly fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, green smoothies, fresh juice. It all is the same, just the plant-based food that we always talk about. And it can be done. And if you want a little boost in understanding how to do it, you can look into Dr. Fuhrman's book, Eat to Live. So I'm sure I've mentioned him before, but he had been practicing medicine for about 5 or 6 years and just didn't feel right. He didn't feel like he was really helping his patients. He was upping their dose of medication. There were people on the list for surgery and to have surgery again. And he just didn't feel like he was helping him the way he wanted to. So he started studying nutrition. And what he teaches is just this: de-stressing, getting out and moving your body, eating plant-based food. And he took his patients, those that were willing and wanting to, he said, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to teach you how to de-stress, how to eat healthy, and I want to help you get off your medication, help you release your weight, and help prevent the surgery. And those that stayed with him, that's exactly what happened. They felt younger than they'd ever felt before. Some of them were riding bikes, and it had been 10 years or more. Some were out walking. Some even started running, taking the time to meditate, got back into their religion. Some of them that wanted to focus more on their spiritual side. Just amazing things happened, and it's life-changing, and it's just very simple. And we need to have faith, and we need to know that we have everything we need to be able to heal. And so follow those promptings, follow what you feel is right, but I'm here to help you understand that you do have the power within to be able to heal. And so look into those resources and see how those can support you. Of course, anything that you take from this phone call is your own choice, and I'm not responsible. I have to state that just to keep myself safe, knowing that I'm not practicing medicine in any way, just giving tips on what you can use in the natural field to help boost your body. And something to look at as well to work on is the kidneys and the adrenals. A lot of times those are weak when there's a weak pancreas. And so you can do a kidney cleanse. And Dr. Christopher also has an adrenal formula, a plant-based formula to help heal and boost the adrenals, nourish and build them. Hot baths are a really, really good way to detox. It's really beneficial to take some cayenne pepper, maybe in a little bit of juice, like a fourth or a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, or maybe less if you're not used to hot. But even an eighth a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in a little bit of juice or a little bit of water, and then follow it with a whole 8 ounces of water. And then get in a hot bath, and that opens up your pores, and you're able to release a lot of toxins, a great amount of toxins, and so that's a good thing to do. And we talked about the hot and cold. That's about it. I think I gave you some really great resources, and just remember, it really is important to work on your emotions. I recommend getting You Can Heal Your Body by Louise Hay, or Feelings Buried Alive Never Die by Carol K. Truman. And in there's a list of elements and usually what emotion is attached to it. So I would recommend seeing what that emotion is and looking at it, because there's always an emotion attached to the physical issues that we're dealing with. That's what I have found in my life and with the people that I've worked with. And so I hope you're able to use this. I hope you take this information and use it. Share it with anybody that you feel could use information on this. And I know I'm talking fast, so I can fit a lot of information in. If you have questions or would like a free one-on-one and have some deeper questions about this, feel free to respond to this email. I would love to support you in any way that I can. You can visit my website, CynthiaSumner.org, for more information on how you can get more education and support from me. And I hope you have a wonderful day today.